WWE rebranding on Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. My name is Ben Chapman. If you're new around here, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. All support is greatly appreciated, and subscribe if you're new around here for this series save. And the save which started earlier today was my ranking New Japan save, trying to make New Japan a global powerhouse to rival the WWE. And we kick off this episode of Raw, the penultimate Raw before Survivor Series, with a recap of the last week's Battle Royale main event, in which Andrade won the United States Championship from Ricochet, eliminating him last. It's pretty much a highlight package of that, and it is just that to open up the show. Then go into the opening segment, which sees Miz TV with General Manager Jeff Jarrett, who announces that the main event tonight will be a tag team match player-player, as the Miz and Morrison will take on the reforming team of DIY in the main event slot of tonight's show. Gets an 84 rating. Jeff Jarrett does good stuff, because obviously it's Miz versus Ciampa for the WWE title at Survivor Series. How the hell have I ended up like this? This is I don't know how I've ended up like this, to be honest. We then get a 6-man tag as the Undisputed Era's Ace Austin, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly take on Titus O'Neil, R-Truth, and Willow the Wisp. Wow, look how the mighty have fallen. And the Undisputed Era pick up the win when Titus O'Neil gets pinned by Bobby Fish with a running single leg high knee strike, which is the running knee by Daniel Bryan, pretty much, knee plus. Willow the Wisp carried the match because Jeff Hardy, but there was no slouches in this match, to be honest. 77 rating is very good for the opening match of Raw. The next segment sees the Alliance arriving at the building. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and Heyman. They are here tonight. Both of them carrying suitcases, which is suspicious because these guys don't normally bring their suitcases to shows. And then Ember Moon is found backstage by Jeff Jarrett, who announces that after her actions last week, she has been suspended until post-Survivor Series. She will be allowed to join. She will be allowed to return at Survivor Series, but she is not if she interferes in the Raw Women's Championship match, which will be announced later today. She will be fired. Simple as that. Her job is on the line should she interfere at Survivor Series. And for next week's Raw and the rest of tonight's Raw, she is suspended. We then get Tucker comes up with Otis for his open challenge tonight, and Tucker challenges Baron Corbin to a match for next week. He says, Baron, you want another shot at Otis, right? Okay, you got to get through me then. If you can beat me next week in a steel cage match, me and you will be locked in, then you can face Otis at Survivor Series for the WWE Television Championship. It's as simple as that. Then Otis does his open challenge and he gets responded by Razor, which, it's nice. I just wanted to get a tag team guy, who's in a major storyline in building up to the Survivor Series match. I wanted to give him a match, to be honest. Give him a singles guy, see if Razor can do as a single star. He's not as good as Otis. Otis gets a 94, Razor gets a 77, but that is still a very good upper mid-card level rating, and I think Razor has got the potential to potentially be a single star at some point. Maybe Akam as well. I don't know if one of them gets suspended or fired. Well, then we will be forced to make the other one a single star. Then Baron Corbin comes out with his steel chair and jumps Otis again, and this time he grabs the mic and he announces that he is accepting Tucker's challenge next week. He'll be going in the steel cage match. Tucker versus Baron Corbin inside a steel cage. And the winner, but this time the winner will face Otis at Survivor Series. Which Tucker's ears prick up at, because he's like, hold up, That's not what I suggested. I suggested that if you won, you could face Otis at Survivor Series. But now, Tucker has a way into this match. If Tucker was to beat Corbin, he's technically the person who will be fighting Otis at Survivor Series, which is a very interesting dynamic. We then get a little video package showing Kane and Big Show's career from like WCW days of the Giant and all the way through to their first tag team run in 2006, their tag team run in The Authority, and to today. It's just a hype package showing all of the stuff they achieved over their decades, because this is their last run, quite clearly. We then get a 6-way tag as Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and Shayna Baszler defeat Carmella, Bianca Belair, and Ruby Riott when Asuka pins Ruby Riott with a spin kick. Look at that. Great ratings from everyone. Baszler 93, Bianca Belair 92, Charlotte 90, Asuka 90, Carmella 84, Riott 81. They're all really good ratings. And after the match, Jeff Jarrett comes out and announces that, well, you had a 6-woman tag there at Survivor Series. It will be a 6-pack challenge for the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka versus Baszler versus Belair versus Riott versus Flair versus Carmella. 6-way match, 1 winner. It's a 95 rating. We then find out that next week we're getting Daniel Bryan versus Zach Gibson in what is probably going to be the culmination of Bryan versus the British Legion's feud. Bryan will move on to something else and the British Legion will move back into the tag scene. But, yes, Bryan will be facing Zach Gibson next week. Matt Riddle now issues an open challenge to anyone in the roster to come out and face the UFC fighter Matt Riddle. And it's responded to by the Alliance and Brock Lesnar. And it happens. Matt Riddle defeats Brock Lesnar, though, in 10:49 with a guillotine choke after Drew McIntyre runs in to attack Lesnar. Claymore goes straight into the guillotine, and Lesnar passes out. He doesn't tap out, he passes out in the guillotine. Well, no, wait, it shouldn't have been a guillotine. It shouldn't have been a submission finish. Like, that was a mistake on my part. It should have been like the Bro to Sleep or the Bro Derek. Because after match, we get a massive brawl as Riddle and McIntyre take on the Alliance, brawl with the Alliance, and that tag team match will be next week. That's a lot of matches I'm announcing for next week now. And here's another one, because the 6 women who are going to be in the 6-pack challenge at Survivor Series are going to have a gauntlet match next week. That's like an entire hour of the show sorted for me. I love this. It's going to be a long. It's going to be a very big episode next Monday. We're going to get a tag team match as the Undisputed Era's Adam Cole and Roderick Strong take on Rollins' disciples, Buddy Murphy and Akam, and Buddy Murphy picks up the win, pinning Adam Cole with Murphy's Law. Good ratings throughout all guys. Adam Cole was the best in the match. Roderick Strong was the weakest, but it's pretty good stuff. I think that's Adam Cole's first pinfall loss, though, and it's Buddy Murphy who gets it. That's a big deal. 77 rated overall. And now we go into the build-up to the main event as Gargano and Ciampa backstage. They're ready to go out. Their music's about to hit. They're just sat in Gorilla and they're just looking at each other. They're back on the same page. And the music which hits isn't Ciampa's music. It isn't Gargano's music. It's DIY's music. 100 rating for the match, which one last hype package before it goes. Next week we're getting Andrade and Angel Garza taking on Ricochet and Apollo Crews. Gets a 99 rating. Main event match though gets an 82 in a superb wrestling, great heat match. Miz and Morrison lose to DIY in 14-16 when Gargano submits Morrison with the Croston crab. Ciampa gets a 97, Gargano an 89, Morrison a 92, Miz an 86. This is a great match here. It's an 82 rated. It was not the perfect match, but look at that, those ratings. Overall, the show gets a 91. It's a great stuff. It's great stuff. And some of the matches which we are building to for next week, we have got Andrade and Angel Garza versus Ricochet and Apollo Crews. We've got a 6-woman gauntlet match. We've got Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. We've got Tucker versus Baron Corbin inside a steel cage. That is insane. That is going to be one hell of a good show. I've been Ben Chapman, and that